so nice. For the second half of Camel, the second half of July, you got the Camel here. This is so, oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, let's talk. So first of all, Camel energy equates to that of the Temperance key in the Tarot, right? Which is about satisfaction, balance, patience, harmony. It's when your inner landscape is so beautiful and aligned that your outer landscape is a very happy reflection of that. So inside matches outside, which is really, really beautiful. Now, Camel medicine is about trusting that you're always going to have what you need when you need it. What's really interesting that it's coming up here with the hawk in your meditation is that camels are one of those animals that, you know, the hump, you know, that they have, that's an aspect of the fact that they were able to, you know, be hydrated for long amounts of time. In terms of like the planning and detail that we were looking at in your meditation, this is an animal energy that says, okay, well, that's all good and well and brilliant. But at the end of the day, I have to trust that I'm always going to have what I need when I need it. Meaning I can't necessarily plan and map out when I'm going to be thirsty or where there's going to be a watering hole. But I trust that at the moment when I really need to drink some water, that there's going to be water available to me, or that I'm going to be inspired as to which path to take to find that water. Really, really interesting and powerful in this context. Now, we also have this aspect of the moon here and this blue moon, right? So the idea of blue moon is something that only comes around once in a while. So again, they're taking me back to this birthday season and going like, it really feels like there's an idea or a proposition or a desire within you to move around something or think about what could that be for myself that feels like it's really got a lot of potential to it. I feel like spirit is going, hey, let's take a look at that and really like look at these signs and symbols and dream time and messages and synchronicities, because it really feels like you're being lovingly guided to really take some Two of Wands, you know, planning and thought, attention to detail, action around that, all within the scope of the bigger picture of, you know, what do you imagine your best potential to look like? What do you imagine your ideal life to be, right? What is that? Really getting clear. Well, I would even say like have fun imagining it, right? Wow. Okay. Here's what's really interesting. You got this in reverse, but let's talk. So you got the Empress, which first, right off the bat, is a major arcana. So we know that major arcanas denote fated or destined events. So this is a significant time for you. And you actually have two major arcanas because the Camel is Temperance. So we're talking about a very important, specific, like moment in time, right? It's not arbitrary. So what's interesting about this is that traditionally speaking, the Empress is very much about happy expectation. It's about pregnancy. It's that gestation period, interestingly enough, that we've been picking up on. There's also aspects of, I believe in something without having to see it. So that is linking it directly to this Camel energy, right? I feel like the whole point of this is what I'm hearing is expect good things. Like that feels incredibly important around this planning or this idea or what stirrings you have deep within your soul that you want to take action around in order to, you know, look around you and feel like you are really, truly, you know, just to add in a trope here, like living your best life, right? Now, what's fascinating about this is you've got it in the reverse. So, okay, let's talk. And by the way, Fox medicine quickly is very much about clever thinking and adaptability and flexibility as well. I'm hearing you really have a way, as all humans do, okay, of thinking themselves inside boxes, thinking themselves like inside of a box, right? Thinking themselves into restriction. It's kind of that Eight of Swords aspect, right? But as humans, we also have the ability to think ourselves out of any box, whether we've created it for ourselves or not, right? But I feel like there's a limited thinking that wants to be eradicated. Now, the fact that this came up in the reverse, you know, this usually means like ideas that, you know, don't really get off the ground or plans that, you know, get canceled or rerouted. I feel like for you, or like a lack of, you know, fertility, abundance, all of that. I feel like for you, this is saying, it's really time to come out of this gestation period and really open your eyes and be awake to, you know, these impetus. I feel like there's going to be an impetus within you that is growing and growing. You may see signs. You may have people mention things that you're like, oh my God, that makes me think of, you know, this other thing. It gives me an idea. You're really being asked I'm hearing, funnily enough, I'm hearing the song from a film called Sister Act 2, everybody. And you may know it, but there's a song, if you want to be somebody. Holler at me in the comments if you know of what I speak. But it goes, if you want to be somebody and you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. The time is now or never to make your dreams come true. You better wake up and pay attention. I have shivers. That's the whole point of this entire, I can hear it in my head. Like it's Sister Act 2. If you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. The time is now or never to make your dreams come true. You better wake up and pay attention. That's what it is. 10 of Wands. Fascinating. So 10 of Wands, this is about a lot of effort. It's about struggle. It's about, maximum capacity load carrying, right? Well, what's really interesting about this is that 10 of Wands often denotes a move because it's the end of a given cycle. We were talking about starting with the Ace of Wands, getting that second wand into a 2 of Wands, energy. And then we have the 10 of Wands here, which is like, okay, like lay down that load and give endings to the cycles that want to be ended, right? Really allowing those to close or go. Sometimes this can be an idea or an expectation or a desire. And this is coming through. Sometimes we need to put to bed old dreams that are no longer for us or were never really for us so that we can embrace new ones. And I'm really hearing that really, really strongly for you. Sometimes it's going, okay, that other dream that I really wanted, that I thought was going to be mine. Maybe it's time to recognize that if, number one, just as some examples, if it were really my dream, I would have taken action on it by now. Or if it were my dream, that door would have opened for me more easily. And that is something that I found to be so true in life and in terms of manifesting. Ultimately, yes, manifesting is you get the inspiration, right? Inspiration, intention, taking divinely guided action, and then releasing all expectation or attachment, right? So you're releasing what form it comes in or what time it comes in. That is the key to manifesting. It's like, get that strong belief in place, give power to it, take action, and then get the heck out of the way so you don't get in your own way, right? Now, what's interesting in how this is coming through is that this is shown with a river here with these two fish, right? But the river is impeded with a bunch of wands. And that's what I'm feeling for you, is I feel like you're being asked to let go of something or an aspect of yourself that is holding on to something that is really not your door. And that's what I was saying. When something is truly for you, the door will open. It will open, and you're not going to have to throw all your body weight against it to get it to open. And you're not going to get it to crack open, and then you got to keep it there with your foot. And then if you let it go for a minute, it'll close. No, when it is your door, it opens. Have you ever seen those people, or I'm sure that you've known people that things seem to come easily to them or things just seem to happen for them. And you're like, why? Well, that's because they found their doors. You know what I mean? So this is really saying, like, can we redirect your focus and energy so that you can walk away from these other things, accept endings around other things so that something new can come through. Your door is trying to come through, right? But there's another door or series of doors that you've got your attention on. It feels like it's looking back and you're being asked to look forward. Woo. Oh my God. 2 of Wands. Well, hello. Coming in from the meditation. I'm here for it. Well, we talked about this. This is exactly what we were saying. It's interesting here with the 2 of Wands, coming in this context with the 2 lions as well, and a red bird and some gazelle. So this is interesting. Lion medicine is very much about leadership, and I'm going to mix my metaphors here, but taking the bull by the horns, honey. Like, lion medicine is very much about strength, passion, purpose, and the confidence that it takes to move from one position to another. More often than not, the people that are successful in this world aren't the ones that are most deserving or the ones that are most talented or the ones that even have the best karma, honey. It's the ones who have the pure audacity to believe that they're absolutely worth everything and more. They just have this innate gumption that's like, no, of course I'm going to get this. No, of course I'm going to reach out to this. You know what I mean? It's this sort of innate sense of, I wouldn't necessarily say like, the feeling like it's owed them or anything, but it's just this innate feeling of like strong belief and intention. Like I deserve everything that I want. And that informs me. And that is line medicine. So there's something in here coming in around your confidence and your innate belief that you are worthy of what you desire. And it's really kind of looking at it from that lens and going, okay, now let me expand my perspective and really get this Two of Wands energy going. Look at the big picture, look at the finer points and details. Because remember, the wands are about the work that we do, right? Usually the work that we love to do, right? Or our relationships of which we are passionate. But it's that fire, it's what fuels us. So again, with this moon energy here as well, and here, really, actually, and then with the Empress as well, with the moon and the feminine aspect of it as well, there is an aspect here coming through for you of, along with that song, like if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, you better wake up and pay attention. Like that is very lion energy as well. But it's really interesting because I'm really noticing that they're looking to the past. The camel's also looking to the past, and the fox, if the fox was sitting upright with the Empress, it would be looking to the future. You see that? But it's not. It's in the reverse, so it's looking to the past. And I think these are sturgeon or salmon. I'm not sure. But anyway, they are having trouble getting down the stream, but this one's looking to the past, and this one's like trying to look to the future, but it's impeded. Camel's looking to the past, they're looking to the past. You are really being asked to, before you move forward and really get clear on this, to really look at some loose ends, whether energetically or otherwise, that are in your energy. Again, I feel like it's something that either was really tough to get going and isn't working out now, but you're hesitant to really let go of it or make some hard decisions around it because it took a lot to get there. Or it's something that, you've wanted for a long time, but nothing has happened around it, either because life got in the way and you got distracted by other things, and you're really being called to take a look at it and go, okay, go big or go home with this. The time is now or never, right? If you don't want this, I feel like your guides are saying, like, if you don't want this, then we got something else over here. But we can't really align you to that if you're stuck on things that it's not enough room, right? Interestingly enough. Let's go ahead and get some advice. Why don't we though? Some advice. Oh wow, look who's at the bottom. Empress again. Okay. What is the advice for Taurus for second half of... You don't say. A lot of pink. There's pink here, then there's pink here. A lot of pink here. Pink is the color of emotion, right? Okay. 5 of Wands. So interesting. 5 is the number of change. You have more wands here. 5 of Wands is very much about competing energies, competing opinions. It's about discord. It's about tension. This can be fighting. This can be gossip. This can be, aspects within yourself that feel very torn. Natalie and Bruley alike, like you're torn. If anybody gets that reference. But it's that aspect, it's tension. It's not a good time. The fact that this is your advice, it is not saying to like get tense and have a fight. Like that is not what this is saying. When 5 of Wands comes up as your advice, it's really about allowing yourself to examine the aspects or elements either within, because this can definitely be within you. I know from personal experience. This can be internal as well. But the aspects either within or in your given environment that are at odds with one another. What within me is at odds, right? What am I torn about? What am I conflicted around? Let me clear that energy. And let me commit to clearing that energy, just like I would commit to, spending a week in cleaning the house, just like I would commit to my job that I go to every day and hitting my, deadlines. It's commit to that. What is, at odds within you, and or what is at odds in your given environment? Really becoming aware of that. This isn't even saying like, become aware and then make it better. This is about coming into awareness, because I feel like that is going to lead to a lot of helpful information. And again, the aspect here is that self-awareness key that is going to inform not only your future actions, but your perspective and also your given innate energy and how you go through the world, right? Interesting. I'm really drawn to this house of cards here, and it really feels like you're really being asked to, let what wants to be let go of. Really do it, because there's something else that is more aligned to you that wants to come in here. Let's get an oracle. Let's get a Stephen D. Furman. Let's do earth magic, shall we? A little earth magic for my earth signs. Let's see. Yes. Okay, let's talk about this. Let's discuss. So here we have the whale breach. So why this is so brilliant. Do you remember when I said that pink is the color of emotion, right? So that relates it to the heart chakra. Well, the other aspect of the heart chakra is the color green, but of course, which is the, in these cards I'm using today, but also the whale is directly, in terms of animal medicine and energy, is directly related to the heart chakra. It's very Queen of Cups energy. So I love that you got this here. I'm hearing that's not listen to your heart, honeys. Like, that's exactly what this feels like. Whale breach, there's also an aspect of coming out of where you are and then really allowing yourself to come up for air, right? And allow yourself, because within this air energy, it's a water animal that's coming up for air. Well, it needs air as well, of course, but it's a breach. It's kind of moving from one place to another with intention and focus and power. It kind of feels like a natural aspect of this lion energy as well, but you're being asked to breach and allow yourself to move from this one place where you've been into another, right? Through the lens of awareness and intention, all the while knowing that exactly what you need is going to show up for you. So I feel like there's an aspect, along with this lion energy as well, of really allowing any fear that's within you that might be informing you, either consciously or subconsciously, really bring that into the light. It feels incredibly important. So I feel like you're being asked because there's gazelles here as well, which is an aspect of fear. In what ways have you made fear-based choices? In what ways is fear informing you? And let me let you in on a little something. Fear is always informing us in some way or another. We're human. We're spiritual beings having a human experience, and it's just how it is. But if we can bring awareness to that fear, that in itself can be transforming. And you're really being asked to do that, because you're being asked to really pull yourself from one place to another out of that awareness, and being willing to really look at what is at odds with each other that could be keeping you, or at least not supporting you, and having the reality that is really yours and that you deserve in some way, shape, or form, likely related to work that you are meant to do, and or because 5 of Wands as well, your personal relationships or your atmosphere. There's something about that. And again, Camel is just saying that there's really no right or wrong. There's just what feels good and what you deserve. And if you truly believed in your soul that you were never not going to have what you need, that what is yours will not pass you by, what would you do? What would you do differently? That can be a very enlightening exercise to do. With that being said, Taurus, I'm sending you so many blessings for the second half of July. I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please do let me know in the comments below, because I love reading your comments. And with that being said, please like, share, and subscribe. I would so appreciate that. And just thank you. Thank you so, so much for being here. And for most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.